Welcome back. In the previous video, we successfully logged into our application and added a hammer to the shopping cart. But the script worked perfectly, right? But there's one problem. As your automation framework grows, right, you will notice that you're writing the same code again and again. Like you log in every time you need to do something, then you add the products, then you search for the items, and then you check the alerts. So if you copy and paste this logic into your test, right, every time, and your framework quickly becomes difficult to maintain. So in this video, I will show you how to convert a repeated code into reusable functions, making your Playwright test much cleaner and easier to maintain. Okay, let's look at our existing script. So here we have all the login steps, right, on the top. We log in into our site, we fill in the email, password, we click on login, click on the home icon, right, then verify the user logged in. So what we can do is instead of, even our code doesn't look that much clean. So instead of doing this, there is one thing what we can do is we can simply, create separate methods. So how do we do that? Let me show you. First of all, let's write another method over here, async function, and we can just give the name as sign in, right? Sign in, right? So here, so what we need to pass here is just the page, right? Because we will be using the page for the rest of the steps, right? So here we have list of these steps, right? We log in, fill password button, then we click on the locator and make sure that we are verified as a correct user or not. So let me simply cut all the steps from here, right, and paste it under here, right? So same thing we are doing over here, right? So we needed that page fixture over here, so we are importing that, and we are doing all the steps. But simply how it will help us is we are simply, just calling the method over here. So now as many times you need to log in or sign into the application, you just need to call this method and rest of the thing will be done automatically. So see how clean it looks now. You have replaced these 5 to 10 lines of code with this single line of code, right? So it looks very clean now. Now we have second method, right? So which is to add the card, add like hammer to the card, right? So let's do one more thing. Let's create another method for this as well. So what I can do is we can create one more method, async function, right? The name add product to cart, right? So here again we will need page, and one what we will do is, okay, let's go with page for now, right? I am simply writing this method over here, right? So here what we need is the very first thing is we need this card, right? So let me cut and paste this card over here in this method, right? We got the card, right? Now second thing is what we are doing is we are counting the total number of elements, right? And we are simply just clicking and adding that to the cart over here. So I will cut and paste all these lines over here, right, in this method, right? So this works perfectly fine, right? This one I am using for the hammer. So let me do one thing. Let me simply call that method over here, right? So what I can do is await, right, add product to cart, and this only needs a page fixture for now, right? So once the product is added, right, so what we do is we also make sure, right, that these messages should be appear over there, right? Like product alert message, right? And these both verify the product message gets added, right? So what we can do, we can copy paste these lines here as well, right, at the bottom. And yeah, we are done, right? This will verify that the product is added correctly or not, right? And I think that's all for now. So what I should do is let me try rerunning this code. So save it, and we use the command npx playwright test. Let's see if it works. So here it's trying to log in, and then it will try to add the product to the cart. Click on add to cart, and the test case passed. So it's really easy, right? So we had so much code over here, right, in this method. Instead of that, So we just moved the sign in code to sign in method and add product to cart to the product method. So now every time we need to add product to the cart, so we need not, so okay, one more thing here. For the first time, I am adding hammer right over here. If you see, I am just adding this hammer. Same thing I can do for others as well, right? For bolt cutters, right? Anything I can do the same thing, right? So what if I also pass the name of the product right over here, so that it automatically adds the product whatever needs to add it, right? So I can simply write add product, or I can write product to be added, right? So I will simply pass if product to be added is equals to here, right? Here I will just replace product to be added, and here I can simply pass the name of the product that I want to add. If you see over here, I will just pass hammer for now because we want to add hammer. So this page and hammer from here will be passed on to here, right? So next time, if instead of hammer I need to add any other product, I will simply just pass on the name of the product, right? Await add to product page, and hammer I can even replace with pliers or anything like that. So this will just add the reusability. Let me save it and rerun it and see if it works fine. See, it is going, it will just add the hammer, right? And it passed. So you see, we have converted our simple code into the reusable code, right? And other than this, if I simply want to add like other than like suppose I want to add bolt cutters, right? So what I will do, so I just need not worry that much. What simply I will do is I will call the okay, once we add, right? Suppose, let me show you. Once I go back, right? I click on hammer, right? I add the hammer, right? And these both are verified, right? After adding the hammer, I need to click back over here, right? On this page, right? So, or I can simply click here back on home page, right? So what I can do is every time I need to go back to the home page, so I can create one more method over here, right? Navigate to home, so that I can also do, right? Or for now, simply what I can do is once hammer is added, I can simply say const navigation bar is equals to page dot locator, right? So I can simply pass in the locator from here. If you see, the locator is um, navbar brand, right? I can use this one dot class dot navigation bar brand, right? So once this is done, so I will wait for this to be visible, right? Or I can simply call here navbar dot click, right? I am again back on here on home page after adding the product, and then I can add any of these products, right? So I can similarly call the method again. I need not write too much lengthy code. I will simply reuse this method. So that's what we want to tell, right? That's what my main focus was. So let's add bolt cutters this time. Bolt, right? And cutters. So this will do the magic, right? So let me save it and rerun it. This test case will fail, I think so. There is one small issue. So first time it will add the hammer, but when it will try to add the bolt cutters, it will fail. Can you guess why? Yeah, this is going to fail for sure, right? The thing is, right? Once we call add product to cart, right? The page is not fully loaded, right? Here, the page doesn't get fully loaded. What it tries to do is it simply tries to mm, uh, like what we say, count the elements. If I print the number of elements over here, right? Console.log, so total number of cards, right? If I try to print this, right? Let me rerun this for you so that you can get to know what the real issue is. So here, if I try to add this npx playwright test, this time it will not show the total number of products to be 9. It will show somewhat less or maybe something else. See, it is showing 0 products over here. The product page hasn't fully loaded second time, but it's simply trying to add the products, right? Which is not possible. So what we need to do is we need to add some wait over here, right? Some mechanism so that it waits for the page to load, right? And once the page gets loaded, right, then it should be what it should do is then it should try to add it. Here the page hasn't been fully loaded, right? It's simply directly trying to add the elements over here. So what I can do is we can add some assertion over here. What we can expect is page dot locator, right? So what we will do is we have that card title, right? Which we are using over here, this card title. If you see this card title, so card hyphen title, right? So I will wait for this card title raw, right? So if you see card title, we have multiple card titles, right? So what I can do is I can filter basis of like I can filter the card titles on what basis, right? If my card title has text, right? You can filter the elements even on basis of text. If my card title has text, so which card title you should be waiting, right? For the product that I'm going to add, right? I will wait for that one, right? So if it has text, right? And uh, I can write the first one because even with text, if you go over here, right? If I see pliers, right? Inspect pliers, right? This will be displayed multiple times. See, 10 times the pliers is displayed over here, right? So that's why I am adding the first one over here, first, right? To be visible. That's it. I just want this one. Just want Playwright to wait until this product that I am trying to add. Like this is the product I am trying to add, right? Until and unless this one is visible, I want Playwright to wait because the page hasn't been fully loaded, but it's simply trying to add it, right? So I added the wait mechanism so that wait for the products to appear on the screen. Once the products are there on the screen, then try to add them, right? So let me quit this one and quickly run this one for you. So this time it should pass. I know. Okay, now it waited, and this time the count has to be 9 instead of what we say 8, and the test case should pass. Let's see, we can wait. I think this time also it's not waiting. We will have to look for something, or we can just add wait for load state like network idle. So, okay. Oh, I think something else is there to be visible. Some other error it is trying to show. Okay, first to be visible. Okay, car title. Okay, let me see. Page dot locator, right? Is this car title correct? Dot filter. I am trying to add the filter product to be added, right? Dot first, right? And to be visible. What it is saying is, let me see. Elements not found. Bold cutters. Didn't I add the correct? I think there is some issue with the product name that I am trying to pass. Let me see and fetch the name from here. Oh, it's bolt cutters, not bold cutters, right? I think by mistake I wrote over there bold cutters. Let me copy paste to give it the exact test. So you can simply, if you face any error, just look for like what the error it is saying and then save it and run it. This time it should pass, I know. Okay, it is trying to add bolt cutters now. Product is added to the shopping cart, right? I think that's what we wanted to do, right? 99 total number of products, right? And after adding, okay, we are expecting, okay, it added, okay, where it failed, let's see. Okay, it failed to have text over here, right? So it is saying that expected value is 1. Oh, no, for the second time, the expected value will be 2, right? So, okay. So we just, for the first time, I know it will be 1, but for the second time, it has to be 2, right? If I copy paste it over here and right, then second time it will be 2. First time it will be 1, right? Then second time it will be 2. So it should be, yeah, it is correct, but we wrote the test case, the way we wrote the test case, that was not correct. So let me rerun one last time. Oh, I think there is some issue with the sign in. It didn't sign in properly. Maybe the app didn't load correctly. Let me clear. First of all, clear whatever is here, then run it again. Okay, this time it should pass. Hope it passes. Every time I try to say this time it will pass, it fails. Hope this time it will pass. Fingers crossed. Oh, it passed. See? So what we did is, like, earlier we had a long uh, code over here, right? So to add, sign in, to add product to cart, right? So we are just reusing the methods over here. So you see, we are just reusing the methods. So which made our work too much easier, right? So like we created a method to add product to cart and login. Then what we will do in the next video is we will click on this cart and we will try to delete the product, right? Similarly, like we added the product, we will create a reusable method to delete the product, right? Once one product gets deleted, right, we have added two, we will delete one and then continue with the proceed to checkout method. I think that's all for now. Thank you.